What is up, Motorfest racers? It is I, your wheelman, Alex Cornnut. We're here today with the VW Touareg Race 3, or Wagon Volks Race 3 Touareg, or the Volkswagen Touareg Race 3. Pick any one of those, put them in any order you want, and that's what we're running today. This car is actually pretty fast. My man AirflowZ has been on me about getting this video out for a little over a month since SakuraCommander originally tuned it, and it wasn't my favorite car to run for a while, so I was kind of dragging my feet and kind of turned it into a meme about how I'd never make the video. But after running it around the test track to see where it stacked up, it's actually rather fast and sets a good lap there, so I think that it's something everybody's going to need. And then once doing direct comparisons to some of the other rally raid cars, it really started to show kind of where its strengths are, and so I want to show you those today. Alright, let's dig into it. Let me show you first the vanity custom options that we've got for the car, or in this case, lack thereof. For visual parts, you guys, you've got rims and calipers. That's it. What you see is what you get with this one. There's nothing else you're going to change as far as the body and the looks go. Now, for the vanity, you can put on anything you want. Make sure you slap on a set of those tires that bring those rims out a little further, so that way you get the most stability. That's what I've been doing. And then also for the testing I did today, I made sure to have on the lightning smoke, so that way when I actually start to slip, we can immediately see that. And so you guys on screen will be able to see when the car actually starts to break loose, because I feel it in the controller immediately, but you watching the video might not, so obviously would not. So in this case, I tried to slap on a smoke that you guys would be able to visually get a cue for when the car starts to slide, so you can see how this thing does in the corners, because it's kind of special. And then also, as always with the liveries, you guys, there is a couple of really good ones out there. We've got a Cornnut crew livery there that was 11.6, and then if you back up a little bit further, we've got another one that was like 10 something. Let me go find it right there, 10.16. So a couple different ones. Both those are good because you can change the color of the car, make it whatever you want. I kind of like the Red Bull livery on there, kind of match the vibe of the vehicle. But let's get into the pro settings. That's why you guys are always here. Pro settings for this one: final drive all the way long. You definitely need that for the grand race, absolutely. And the power distribution, we go 50-50 split on this one. Before I go any further, shout out to SakuraCommander. He set this one up originally, and we have done nothing to the settings with that. It's really as good as it's going to get here, so shout out to my man SakuraCommander for that. Like I said, power distribution 50-50 split, tire 100% grip front and rear. We're going to have that all the way hooked up, and then brake balance right in the middle, 60%. You leave it there, you don't need to change anything from that. Brake power 100% as we do, and then aero is both 100% front and rear. For suspension, you need to stiffen it up a lot. This car is really set up for like Baja 1000 status. It's got a long travel suspension, so to stiffen it up to get it really predictable and easy to turn is what we're after here. So plus 10 in the front and plus 7 in the rear. For the compression, you're going to soften that up a lot, so it's -7 in the front and -18 in the rear. For the rebound, you're going to soften it up as well, so it's -4 in the front and -15 in the rear. And then for your ARB, that's those anti-roll bars, you're going to go full 10 front and rear, so 100% stiff, and then we're going full Beyonce in the rear, -25% to the left on both of those. That sets up the Volkswagen Touareg to be a very predictable car. You'll get in, you'll turn, and then once you're at full lock, it'll slowly start to rotate on you. But because you're in rally raid, that's kind of what you want. A lot of the times we are drifting these cars around the corners, and it's very rare that you'll be in a situation where you're going to be just full grip through it. So it kind of automatically gets you into a rotation and then into a slide that's very predictable. This car is rather large in size and weight, but it handles like a much smaller vehicle as far as just the way it feels very nimble. And so I think that's really special about it. You'll see me rip around the test track with it. I don't even do that great of a run, and I'm still faster than some of the other cars that we have tested on that track. So overall, it's pretty sturdy. I think you guys are going to like it. It's one to have. I think it suffers a little bit on the acceleration side of things. So if you start with it, you might get walked in the very initial launch of the grand race, but if it's any other section, I think you guys will really like it. Alright, stay tuned for the test track footage. You'll see how the car rips. And other than that, shout out to SakuraCommander and AirflowZ. SakuraCommander for the tune and AirflowZ for being on me for finally getting the video out on this one. And then also everybody else that always helps me out: Ankar C with the beats, Lex with the thumbnails, Tetsu, Nil, Sadrose, a bunch of other my mods in the Discord. Guys, if you're looking for a strong Discord community, it's 18 to enter, but if you're looking for people to race with, we've got a pretty fun one. So other than that, I'm Alex Cornnut, your wheelman. You guys have a great rest of your day. See you next time. Bye-bye. The VW Touareg on Orlando SmackDown. It's actually the Touareg 3, so there's two other ones somewhere that we don't have access to. AirflowZ, this is one of his personal favorites. Been asking for days, probably going on a month for me to do the video on it, so it's time. It's pretty good. It's lightweight in the way that it feels. Like it feels like it's a very nimble light car, even though it's a very big heavy SUV. I would say that both the Jeep and the R34 feel bigger than this does, as far as just the way they carry their speed and their momentum through corners. This one slides a little bit, but it's very nimble for that type of deal. So if you're looking for something that doesn't feel so heavy in the rally raid sense, this might be one to try out, which is kind of surprising to me because it is a bigger SUV. So you really don't get pushed around, but you have the ability to put the car wherever you need it to be, so to speak. I like that when you're driving it, you can initially steer in, and then eventually it'll oversteer a little bit and start to slide, and it's a very natural progression on that. So it doesn't just immediately slide, it's like slowly starts to slide in there, and that allows you to set up lines pretty consistently, get into some of the more 180 turns and such, and the car rotates, it doesn't understeer, so that's really nice for this, because you end up drifting a lot in the rally raid anyway. You'll see off that big jump, we didn't hop at all when we landed. It was just very steady, very sturdy. There's a lot of suspension travel in this particular car. It's really designed as a trophy truck style, kind of Baja 1000 style setup, and it's you feel that. It's one of the few cars that's actually probably designed for the type of racing that we're doing in it. I kind of messed up there. I should have set up wider for that corner, but that's all right. I understand why AirflowZ really does enjoy this car. It's a little slow on the acceleration for me, so it's not my most favorite. You kind of suffer off the launch, but if you are not starting in Rally Raid and you're transitioning, you already have momentum, so it's not that big of a deal. And it is very, very easy and consistent to drive. It's just smooth. And with the way it carries its weight, like I say, it's you're able to put it pretty much anywhere you want. I would say like the Tacoma, it's a little harder to drive in the sense that it understeers a little bit, and it's kind of heavy, but it's got a good top speed for that. Whereas this feels lighter and it's just more stable. Watch how we come down off this. This is the biggest jump on the track. Watch how the car just sets and it's just planted, and we're just able to keep going there. That's really, really good. And with some nitrous, this thing definitely does have a good boost speed. It's like I say, it's not the fastest. There's a couple others that are a little faster, but it definitely has no problem getting it done. Okay, as we're coming across the line, that's going to be a 312.8. I think I did a 314 in the Jeep earlier this week, so that gives us an idea. It's about 2 seconds faster around the track. And that wasn't super clean, like just, really pushing for time. So in the short track, it does very, very well. I would say the one place that this does suffer a little bit is its overall top speed isn't quite as high as some of the other cars in Rally Raid, but it definitely holds its own and is quite good. Alright guys, hey, thank you so much for watching. You guys have a great rest of your day. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.